Hi there, and welcome to Apple World. Usher recently everybody with his Super Bowl execution, yet today he's in the titles for an entirely unexpected explanation. And it's not the sort of consideration anybody would need, with Diddy currently at the center of attention because of another claim loaded for certain really stunning cases. Virtual entertainment is humming like crazy. Everybody's talking, sharing bits of gossip, and attempting to sort out what's truly occurring in the background with these superstars. Currently, murmurs are spreading about Usher and Diddy potentially having had a mysterious relationship before. So what's the genuine explanation everybody's humming about Usher and Diddy? Well, everything attaches back to a powerful claim against Diddy, where a few pieces have people via web-based entertainment interfacing spots, perhaps where there aren't any to associate in the 73-page legitimate show worked up by Rodney Little Rod. Jones' names aren't straightforwardly referenced, however there are an adequate number of clues to get the gossip plant agitating, leading it's essential to explain that neither attendant nor accommodating factory is straightforwardly blamed for anything in this claim the reports out there for us to. See, don't show their names yet. Here's where the story takes a go and gets people speculating in the claimed there's a piece about an anonymous rapper seen on Diddy's yacht and the circumstance portrayed it. Saying precisely great, this rare is implied to be from Philadelphia and had a thing with Nicki Minaj, which has everybody pointing fingers at mild plant since they used to be seeing someone you believe it's a ton of covert siblings in the business are good and gracious. Sovereign, we have barely any familiarity with undercovers. God help us, we have close to zero familiarity with that. Okay, cuz I truly do. However, stand by, there's more. This Philadelphia rapper springs up again in the story, this time connected to some serious cases about maker Stevie J, and in a roundabout way, as these allegations began to fly, things got chaotic with refusals some to and fro and, surprisingly, a porno star stepping in to express a portion of. The image proof being discussed wasn't what it appeared to be. This to and fro has recently made the entire circumstance more convoluted. Furthermore, it has got individuals searching for additional subtleties, attempting to draw an obvious conclusion in this tangled snare of claims currently directing our concentration toward Usher. He winds up trapped in this temper of hypothesis for something else entirely in the blend of this multitude of charges and anonymous notices inside the claim. There's where AR and B artist comes up. This individual isn't simply any vocalist. They're portrayed as having shown splendidly at the Super Bowl and, furthermore, having illuminated Las Vegas with an effective residency. Well, when you contemplate who has of late killed it at the Super Bowl and furthermore had the groups going wild in Vegas, Usher's name bounces right out. It's this association anyway, flimsy it very well, may be that has got individuals talking and attempting to sort things out. There's no immediate case made against introduced the claim no through-and-through allegation that places him in the show, but since his pivotal turning points in front of an audience match the clues dropped in the claim, people can't resist the urge to ponder and guess its memorables. Critical, however, that this is all only hypothesis without clear names or direct allegations in the claim. Everything unquestionably revolves around finding out a deeper, hidden meaning and speculating, which is the reason Usher's name is being murmured amidst this buzz. So with both of these big-name superstars being gotten down on, you know no less than one of them needed to answer. Tame Factory got down to business, taking to web-based entertainment to straightforwardly address the buzz made by scholastics who had featured speculative subtleties from the claim that prompted tales about easygoing's own existence with Diddy. Resigned made his sentiments clear. He admonished scholastics about the results of spreading such bits of hearsay, demonstrating a serious showdown could be on the skyline. Scholastics, didn't I advise you to quit playing with my name? I don't have the foggiest idea what I will do when I really see you. It will have a blend to it. However, this reaction from easygoing shows his dissatisfaction and assurance to put any misinformation to rest. Mile didn't stop with an advance notice. He solidly denied the claims, whirling around and pausing for a minute to handle the more extensive allegations frequently required against figures in the hip bounce. Local area, he expressed. I'm from Philadelphia. I don't do coke or freaky molly, limiting any association with the ways of behaving recommended. In the bits of gossip, Tame underscored areas of strength for him and notoriety inside his local area, recommending that such recommendations against him were too far out and would be met with obstruction. Docile handled the reports head-on, bringing up how frequently effective hip-bounce specialists face unjustifiable generalizations. He referenced that they generally express two things about us, either narcs or being gay, featuring the negative stories that appear to chase after craftsmen. Quiet accepts that these tales aren't simply irregular. They're essential for a greater arrangement to play with the solidarity and accomplishments of the hip bounce world. He considers these misleading stories to be endeavors to harm the standing of hip jump stars. How profoundly he thinks often about the regard and picture of specialists locally. Then again, we have Usher, who hasn't disclosed any remarks with respect to the cases and reports connecting him to Diddy. There could be a couple of purposes behind his quietness. Perhaps the bits of gossip are valid, and he's speechless, not certain how to address or deny the hypothesis without causing more confusion. Or it could in all likelihood be that Usher can't muster the energy to care about these reports. He could accept that answering would just focus on the tales, which merit picking, rather than zero in on his music and individual life away from the show. Usher quietness leaves space for hypothesis, yet it additionally addresses his way of dealing with taking care of public examination and tattle, whether he's keeping silent on the grounds that the tales are valid, or in light of the fact that he's essentially above drawing in with unjustifiable tattle, just as the attendee knows without a doubt regardless of these tales. Diddy and Usher have had a previous that is well established in music and fellowship. Usher opening up on the club's digital recording made it clear exactly how urgent Diddy's excursion as a craftsman has been. I wouldn't be the craftsman. I'm not going to New York City today. Usher shared, pondering the early days of his profession under Diddy's mentorship back in 1994. Prior to signing with LaFace Records, it was a transition to New York City to chip away at his presentation collection with Diddy in charge as the chief maker that set up for Usher's to ascend to fame. I don't figure I would be the craftsman that I am today without the encounters that I had in New York City, one simply being where I would need to change, right? I didn't have the solace of home. I'm in New York City and they was, done and sunning me to death. Brother and I resembled yell it. I don't know what you talking about. You understand what I'm talking about. We have to go here. You understand what I'm talking about. And they was like snickering at me because I was Southern and they resembled New York, yet they would like took me in. They encouraged me. You understand what I'm talking about. What's more, saw me like the little BR you realize. I recollect, the prior seasons of being there when Terrible Kid was framed. You realize I mastered something about business. I got the hang of something about craftsman improvement. Another way I picked up something about culture. So being able to associate with this large number of various societies of individuals just assisted me with understanding the world that I lived in. I wasn't disengaged, and I felt like I should have been safeguarded. I wasn't. I resembled you. We will show you the genuine ropes, show you what the world truly resembles, and give you a front seat. I'm taking a gander at Biggie. You understand what I'm talking about. I'm taking a gander at Craig Mack. I'm taking a gander at Onyx. We're running on the roads we like in a real sense over here, perceiving how we are in the hair salon. They shoot dice. You understand what I'm talking about. You realize bet I don't 44 out 4. You understand what I'm talking about 4-5. You realize I'm similar to you. What is this? You understand what I'm talking about. However, so extraordinary to have had those encounters since one, I didn't have an older sibling and my father wasn't there in that frame of mind as a youngster. So this large number of encounters simply prepared me for life, so more prominent than being a craftsman. That man assisted me with understanding. Owing life, he assisted me with figuring out what it was to be a craftsman. He assisted me with understanding what it was to be energetic about something. He assisted me with understanding society. He assisted me with figuring out business. And then add an on an alternate level cues I'm seeing him go from his freedom to then becoming Puff Daddy. You understand what I'm talking about. And I got a fantastic view taking a gander at that. Their coordinated effort didn't stop with Usher's most memorable Blue collection. Throughout the long-term, Usher and Diddy collaborated on different hits that made an imprint on the music scene. Tracks like Puff Daddy's I Really Want a Young Lady Section 1 and Usher's I Don't Know are a demonstration of their fruitful melodic organization. These tunes feature their chem science as well as featured how every craftsman drew out the best in the other. Attendants' remarks about Diddy uncover a profound regard and affirmation of Diddy's impact on his vocation. Obviously, Usher esteems the mentorship and open doors he gave him, perceiving that these encounters were urgent in forming him into the craftsman he has turned into. This relationship, manufactured in the studios of New York City, has developed into an enduring companionship that goes beyond making music together. Their set of experiences of joint effort and common esteem highlights a bond that is based on regard, imagination, and a common enthusiasm for music. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.